I did see somebody who was who was disgruntled.
So I took my shades off
Just to make sure that he's
so he could see my eyeballs.
Anele and the club.
On 947.
Listen, I just feel like I'm not getting the respect I deserve right now. I graduated this past weekend.
Congrats.
You finally get the degree.
I entered not the degree.
What did you graduate from?
High school.
Okay, so listen, over the past how old was I when I saw my cousin Mzukisi do this? I think I was about 6 or 7, right?
Okay.
And my entire life, I've always wanted to do this, and I finally managed to get this right this past weekend at my dad's wedding, right? When there's a huge event, like a wedding or gidi and all of those things.
Right.
You're feeding close to 300 people because it's a village. There's no invite. Everybody's gonna come.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of infrastructure, I suppose. You got to hire in tents and all sorts of things.
Exactly, and one of the things you have to hire in is what we call a cold room in English, but Koyi in Xhosa.
Ooh,
There you go.
very important.
Okay, so there is the Koyi, right? The person who has the keys to the Koyi is very important because inside the Koyi is like all the drinks and all the meat from the animals that were slaughtered.
Okay, so
right?
it's like a mobile fridge, basically.
And you are the one who has to figure out the flow of what is happening.
Oh, jeez.
So you decide when the drinks go out, we're going to brine meat now, all of those things. And you are the one with the key.
It's if you were a government, you're basically the equivalent of Treasury, the finance department, because you will determine if everyone is full, if everyone has enough to drink.
Or if we need more in that moment.
Yes, and then you slow things down. Like, for instance, I said to Lungani during my dad's wedding, I was like, I can see we're about to run out of ice and water. Please make your way down to Yugi, and go and buy ice and water. Things
Okay.
like foresight and strategy here, and also because you want to have a good time, but you can't get too.
Yes, you don't want it too good.
Yeah, you can't be too
Too
boosty.
early.
Yes,
Because this is the thing. You've got to control
You
the
must
measure of
control
what's
it.
But
happening.
it's a huge gig, because you need to be built for that role. Not everyone can do it.
and also you have to be willing for people to be upset with you.
Yes.
Right? And because no, we came all the way from Ombu and we haven't been looked after. Things like that. You're like, okay, mama, don't worry. What do you guys? How many? I got you guys. And then you run the guys.
And there's an uncle that wants more than he should have at that
Exactly.
moment.
Some are hoarding. You have to watch against that.
And yeah. And I didn't have this role. I systematically worked somebody out of it.
So a coup.
So treasury and government then. This is exactly the same thing.
I didn't start out as the leader of the Koyi party, yes.
Okay, Atul Gupta.
How did you get the keys?
No, I worked him out because I was the one who would go to him and be like, can I get this? Can I get that? And after a while, he just gave me the key.
Okay,
And then
he's
he's like,
take
just
over.
listen, you've got this, take over. And I said, yes!
But this is surely a position that's not given lightly to anyone.
No,
this
no.
is a serious gig.
This is why I'm saying that I graduated.
Right.
I totally graduated this past weekend. And I've got an eyewitness,
Who's your eyewitness?
my friend Matt, who's quite critical.
I mean, this is a man, I know Matt. Matt knows how things should be run.
So is Matt the equivalent? Whenever there's a coup, there's the general who comes on air to speak, and the man is Matt one of the men at your side?
Yes.
With a gun.
Yes, yes. Matt is on the line all the way from East London. He was at my dad's wedding with me. Matt, good morning. Welcome to Anele in the club.
Good morning to everyone, and good morning to your listeners.
Okay, I'm going to let the Anele in the club part now. They'll take over and ask the question.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, Matt, so we've heard Anele's version of the story. There's always two sides. I just want to make sure that what she's telling us is the absolute truth. How would you give her performance-wise?
Sure. I think it's a tough rating. You almost have to start with. I think somebody asked there, like, how does she get the keys? You know, there's this unspoken thing when you handle the Koyi that generally, like, it's men that run it. You know, so it was quite surprising to see Anele with the keys. But listen, she did the thing.
Okay.
You know, she did the thing.
Was there a victory dance when she got the key?
I didn't get to see that, but I must say that, like, you know, in terms of delivering. I mean, you spoke about, you know, it being that role being treasury. We had the budget every single time.
Oh. But wait, did she serve, a la the government, only her people or all the people?
So when you have the budget, you don't really look around to see, well, who else, has the budget.
So Matt, you're saying that you had a great time. That's what you're saying. You're like, you were well taken care of. Your table, amazing. Okay.
Final question. The man who was rightfully elected, did he sustain any injuries during the hostile takeover?
I did see somebody who was disgruntled. A little disgruntled. And I think Anele kept chasing him off, chasing him away. And I think at some point he called her name, like the devil herself, something like that, and then you would see that, a hairy eyeball, like Anele literally taking off her shades and be like, you need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. I suspect that's the guy that originally had the tender.
Oh, right. Okay. So you're not sure, but if you had to point fingers, that would be the man. The man pacing around outside the tent, swearing.
Okay, Matt, thank you. That's just about enough from you, okay?
Great eyewitness account.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you, Matt. Love you. Bye.
Cool, man. Right. Bye.
There was a point when we were staring each other down. And then I felt like he can't see me stare him down, so I took my shades off
Just to make sure that he's
so he could see my eyeballs.
Anele and the club.
On 947.